Welcome back, dear friends. I hope you all are good. Okay, now we are going to discuss today our next worksheet, next MCQ worksheet. Okay, in that, some new types of numericals are there. Some new types of numericals are there. Okay, so see here, in that, you take your worksheet. Okay, in that, see question number one. So question number one, how many electrons are present in 16 gram of methane? How many electrons are present in 16 gram? See here, question number one, how many electrons are present in 16 gram of methane. So you must know 16 gram of methane. So first you have to calculate number of moles. Okay. So electrons we want to calculate here. So for that you must know here 16 gram. So for number of moles, you know, given mass divided by what? Molecular mass or atomic mass. So divided by what? 16 into your Avogadro number. Yes, 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 into. So electrons in CH4. So you must know electrons in CH4. So see here, CH4 carbon electrons how much? It's equal to their atomic numbers. We discussed this thing. So carbon 6 and this hydrogen 4. So total how much? 10 electron. So multiply by what? 10. Then you will get your answer. How much answer? 6.022 into 10 raised to 24. Understood? So how many electrons are present in 16 gram of methane is what? What is their option? B option, that is 6.022 into 10 raised to 24. Understood? So it is of your first question. Now we will discuss question number second. Okay. So see here, what is that question? Carefully say, boron occurs in nature in the form of two isotopes. Okay, in question number 2, what they are asking in question number 2, whatever your boron, it occurs in the form of two isotopic forms, B511 and B510. Okay, so what they are saying, in ratio of 81% and 19%. How much? 81% and these are what? 19% respectively. Then calculate its average atomic mass. So in our theory content, whenever we discuss this topic, atoms and molecule, at that time I told this whatever formula of average atomic mass. You say that formula. Okay, so see what it is formula to find out average atomic mass. So see here, average atomic mass is equal to, okay, so see your atomic mass, that is atomic mass how much of your first isotope? 11 into their isotopic percentage, 11 into how much? 81 plus your second boron atomic mass 10 into their second whatever isotopic mass, that is how much? 19. Okay, so these are what your, yes, multiply, and here what? Addition, divided by 81 plus 19, so total how much? 100, divided by 100. So you will get answer near about 10 point on solving, 10.81. So average atomic mass of your boron is what? 10.81. Understood? So therefore we are writing boron atomic mass how much? 11. Okay, so boron atomic number 5, in that number of neutron 6, So mass number how much? 11. So it is average atomic mass 10.81. Understood? So these are what your question number second. Now we will move towards question number third. Okay, so here in question number third, you concentrate on this. Now see how many gram atoms are there in 8 gram of sulfur. How many grams atoms? Okay, how many? So keep in mind is you concentrate on this gram atoms. How many gram atoms are there in 8 gram of sulfur? In 8 gram of sulfur. Okay, so very much easy. We can find out easily. So see how we can find out. Okay, so very much easy it is. So see, 32 gram of sulfur. Okay, so as you know, 32 gram of sulfur atomic mass. Okay, 32 gram of sulfur. In that, how many gram atoms? So we call it as a what? 1 gram of atom. Understood? So in 8 gram of atom, in 8 gram of sulfur, how many gram of atom? Understood? 32 gram of sulfur. How much? We are saying 1 gram atom. For 8 gram of sulfur, okay, how many gram of atom in that? So simply cross multiplication, 8 into 1 divided by what? 32. So here you will get easily whatever your answer, 8 by 32. Okay, that is how much? 8 by 32, 0.25. 0.25. Understood? So like that we are going to calculate gram atoms. Okay, so such type of numericals also important. Means one new type way what include in that whatever our atoms and molecules numericals. Okay, so we will move towards our next question, that is question number 4. Say question number 4, calculate the volume of 34 gram of NH3 at STP. Okay, 34 gram. Question number 4. Okay, so see 34 gram of NH3 at STP. So at STP means what, you know, standard temperature pressure condition. Okay, so see here you must know their number of moles first. So you see our chart, whatever I gave this chart. Okay, are you remembering this chart? That number of moles, okay, then weight of substance in grams, then here number of atoms, number of molecules, ions, electrons, protons, neutrons. Okay, and in middle is what? Volume of gas at STP. Volume of gas at STP. So if you are calculating that volume of gas, they multiply by 22.4 liter. From volume of gas, you are calculating number of moles. Then what? Divided by 22.4 liter. So you see that our chart also very much important it is. So on the basis of chart only, now we are going to deal this question. Okay, so see here, 34 gram of NH3 at STP. So first you have to calculate number of moles. So weight of substance they give in gram. Okay, so see here 34 divided by 17 into, first you done your number of moles. Okay, so that how much? Answer yes 2. So after number of moles into what? Volume of gas. Volume of that 34 gram of ammonia at STP we want into what? 22.4 liter. So you will get answer what? 44.8 liter. Yes, it is their option. Okay, yes, option A. So fourth question, option is what? Small a. Understood? So see here, question number 5th. So in question number 5th, say very much easy. Now only we saw how many atoms of calcium are there in, how many atoms of calcium are there in 2 gram of calcium. Okay, 2 gram of calcium. So here they gave mass of substance in grams. Okay, how many atoms they want in 2 gram of calcium. Now here students might have a little bit, they get confused, but no need of confusion here, because what happened here, how many atoms, so we prior only we discussed, suppose like that question we saw, how many atoms are present in ozone. Okay, so at that time we saw we write there directly answer what, 3 in ozone molecules. How many atoms are there? 3. But how many gram this word will come, then we have to multiply by Avogadro number. So keep in mind is directly if they will ask, then we have to write whatever number of that in particular molecule, ozone molecule, so atoms are 3, oxygen in that. And in something quantity they give, from quantity we have to calculate, then you must go through our the charts, that is what, multiply by Avogadro number. Same thing here it will happen. Okay, so see that same thing, say see 2 gram of calcium, so beta 2 divided by 40, 40 is what, calcium atomic mass, okay, into what, your Avogadro number 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So after solving you will get easily answer. Okay, that is how much, your small d 3.011 into 10 raised to 22 atoms. So you can easily calculate this. So whatever thing you must concentrate on that, whatever now I told, how many atoms are present and how many grams. Okay, how many atoms are present in particular quantity, it is a difference. Okay, so keep in mind this. So now we will discuss question number 6. So see, in question number 6, calculate the number of grams of oxygen in 0.1 mole of Na2CO3. It is they gave whatever Na2CO3 dot 10H2. Okay, Na2CO3 dot 10H2. So it is what, complete formula of what, washing soda. Complete formula of what, washing soda. Okay, so calculate the number of grams of oxygens in 0.1 mole of Na2CO3 dot 10H2. So it is what, complete formula of your washing soda. Okay, from that we are going to calculate number of grams of oxygen. Okay, so see here, first you have to calculate in 1 mole how much, okay, how many oxygen atoms are there. So see here, we have to write 1 mole of, okay, see here, like that you have to write 1 mole of Na2CO3 dot 10H2O contains total how much, how many your oxygen atoms. Okay, yes, these 3 and these 10, so total how much, 13 moles of oxygen atom. Understood? In your 1 mole, 13 moles of oxygen atom. So we want to calculate in 0.1 mole. So in 0.1 mole of Na2CO3 dot 10H2O, Na2CO3 dot 10H2O contains, so how your calculation becomes, yes, 13 into 0.1. So 13 into 0.1, how much we will get, 1.3, how much, 1.3 moles of oxygen atom. So we want mass of that, calculate number of grams of oxygen. So whatever they gave in question, that is also important. Okay, so calculate the number of grams of oxygen, number of grams they want. Here we calculate 1.3 moles of oxygen atom. So for that we want to multiply by what, oxygen whatever atomic mass. So see here, Therefore, mass in grams of oxygen. How much? 1.3 into 16. 1.3 into 16. So you will get how much? To 0.8 gram. Your answer is what? To 20.8 gram. Understood? So whatever this here I wrote. So you understood this all? So revise this. Okay, easy, very much easy it is. Understood? So whatever your next question, we will discuss. Question number 7. So like that questions also means some tricky questions. Okay, but not that much hard. So say next question over question number 7. So say in question number 7, which of the following is the formula of the compound nickel bisulfate? Nickel bisulfate. So here you must know bisulfate ion means what? Okay, so these all ions you must know. Your nitrate, nitrite, sulfate, bisulfate, bisulfite, sulfite, sulfide, phosphate, phosphite. So these are very much important, all these ions. From this you can identify which compound it is. Okay, if you must know the molecular formula or whatever chemical formula of that compound, then we can easily solve whatever numericals also and everything. Understood? So you must know this all your compounds with chemical formulae with their ions. Okay. So see nickel bisulfate. So they give here options. Okay. So if you know bisulfate, nickel, as you know, nickel is what? Having it is metal and always a +2 whatever charge on that. Okay. And it is a bisulfate. Bisulfate is what? HSO4 minus. HSO4 minus is what? Bisulfate ion. Okay. So whatever your nickel bisulfate, so as like this, NiHSO4 twice. Why twice? Because here Ni crossover valency. Ni having charge how much? 2 plus, and HSO4 minus, so no need to here. Already we saw this in determining chemical formula of any compound. Okay, so you revise and recall frequently, then you will come to know what is going on in chemistry. Understood? So very much important this thing, recall, retention. Then at the time of exam you have to apply. Okay, so see next we will discuss question number 8. So what is the chemical name? What is the chemical name of the substance? Whose formula is? Whose formula, see what they give? Na in bracket NH4 and what? HPO4. Okay, and what they give? HPO4. Then they are saying what is the chemical name of that, and they give different options in that. So see, small a, sodium hydrogen phosphate. It is a sodium hydrogen phosphate. No, here no any sodium hydrogen phosphate, any hydrogen. This they not mention. Okay, small b, ammonium hydrogen phosphate. No, one sodium they skip in this option small b. In small c, see here, sodium ammonium hydrogen phosphate. Yes, sodium ammonium hydrogen phosphate is the correct chemical name of this substance. Understood? And whatever small d is what? None of these. But your option is what? Small c. Understood? So we will discuss our next, that is question number 9. So see here in question number 9, which of the following is the formula of the compound stannic phosphate? stannic phosphate. Okay, so this stannic, here one thing you have to keep in mind. I already discussed in our whatever content part in atoms and molecules. This thing, stannic, stannous, okay, plumbous, then your cuprous, cupric. So like that we already discussed, but say we will discuss some here examples. Okay, so see stannic. Your stannic means what? T. Okay, so whatever that symbol of that element, so say SN. Okay, so here you have to keep in mind SN2 plus means what? Stannous, and whatever SN4 plus means what? Stannic. You must know this. Stannous, stannic. But for some other elements it is different. See here, that also we will discuss. Okay, these are what regarding your stannous, stannic. So whatever stannic, okay, these are what? SN4 plus. Suppose cuprous, regarding copper, cuprous and cupric are there. Cuprous ion and cupric ion. So keep in mind here, whatever cuprous is Cu plus 1, and from that we are getting formula is what? CuCl. Okay, but whenever we are saying, okay, whenever we are saying here Cu2 plus, that is what? Cupric ion. So you know CuCl2. CuCl2. So see here Cu plus plus Cl minus, and here Cu plus 2 plus Cl minus. Understood? It is a difference between here cuprous means plus 1 and cupric means what? Plus 2. So whatever these are what? Ions. So whatever our question is what? Stannic phosphate. So see stannic phosphate. So from this you come to know what is your whichever your option. You might have directly answer this question. So whenever I told it, stannic means what? Plus 4, and stannous means what? Plus 2. Okay. And you know phosphate means what? Phosphate is what? Pure PO4 3 minus. PO4 3 minus. And stannous is what? Stannic SN4 plus. So here, whenever we are writing chemical formula, stannous, here plus 4 and here minus 3, so crossover valency. After crossover valency, what you will get? SN3PO4 4. What you will get? SN3PO4 bracket. What? 4 here after completing bracket. So it is what your stannic phosphate. Understood? So these are small things but very much important. Okay. Now we will discuss question number 10. So see here, question number 10, what they gave in that. See here, carefully listen this. The molecular formula of ethanoic acid. Okay, now molecular formula. So molecular formula of ethanoic acid is what? First we will discuss whatever structural formula also. So that is what? Ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid is what? CH3COOH. CH3COOH. It is what? Ethanoic acid. It is, we can see structural formula, but molecular formula. Okay. Or we can say this ethanoic acid is what? Acetic acid. Acetic acid. So see here HC C2H4O2, C2H4O2, C2, 3 and this 4, C2H4O2. These are what? Molecular formula. So molecular formula with an acid is what? C2H4O2. Okay, then its empirical formula is, So see here what is the empirical and what is the difference between empirical and molecular formula. So see that what is the difference between empirical and molecular formula. So that we will first write here empirical and molecular formula. So see the molecular formula gives us actual number of each atom in a molecule. Actual number of each atom in a molecule. For example, see here C2H6. So as you know, this C2H6 is what? Urethane. We discussed on the basis of this one numerical in our previous worksheet. Ethane. Okay, so the molecular formula gives us the actual number of each atom in a molecule. That is what C2H6. Okay, so this C2H6 we can write in this fashion also, like this. CH3 means what? They are giving actual number of each atom in a molecule, correctly defined. Whatever they are giving us number, it is correctly accurate. CH3. Okay, then carbon valence also here fulfilled. So see, carbon, this 3 and this 4. So carbon valence 4 here also. And for this carbon, so this 3 and this 1, 4. So our formula, whatever we wrote, this structure, it is also correct, and this molecular formula also correct. These are what your molecular formula. It gives us actual number of each atom in a molecule. Then, what is our next part? Empirical formula. So see, empirical formula. Okay, the empirical formula shows the simplest. Empirical formula shows the simplest whole number ratio. Whole number ratio they are giving to us. Whole number ratio of the atoms. So how here whole number ratio they are giving? Means they are giving only, suppose we are considering this only example for empirical formula, then see how it will be. It will be what? CH3 only. It will be what? CH3 only. So from this what we conclude here? Here they not correctly defined here molecule also, because suppose we apply all that things, means carbon valency, hydrogen valency also. Okay, here it will not fulfill because carbon, see here carbon, so having valency 4, but here 3 only. Means whatever empirical formula shows the simplest whole number ratio of that atoms. So it is very much important, this difference between molecular formula, they are giving actual number of atoms, and empirical formula what? Show the simplest whole number ratio. Simplest means after empirical formula only you can calculate what? Molecular formula. Okay, so keep in mind this. You have to write this all in your notes in whatever our atoms and molecules. So see, whatever question in that, its empirical formula. So C2H4. We will come to our question. C2H4O2, it's empirical. So come to our question. C2H4O2. So we are going to find out the empirical formula, means simplest whole number ratio. So see here, what will be, it will come here. So see, they gave option, different option they gave. So see, CH2O. Okay, it is your option, CH2O. So how, see here, when you multiply any number, simple whole number, okay, so you will get here C2H4 and O2, understood? So here you will get C2H4O2, understood? But when it is possible, suppose you multiply that any number, so you will get, you have to cross check with any whole number which they are giving this molecular formula, understood? That is our ethanoic acid formula. Okay, so C2H4O2, yes, so it is your option. That is option is what? CH2O, understood? So we will move towards whatever our question number 11. Question number 11. Okay, so see here, a hydrocarbon contains 90% of carbon, okay, and 10% hydrogen. 90% carbon and 10% what? Hydrogen. Okay. The empirical formula of the compound is, okay, so see here how we can calculate this. Elements, okay, see here, these are whatever elements what? Carbon and your hydrogen. So percentage, how much percent they give? Yes, carbon 90% by mass and here also 10% by mass. Then you have to calculate what? Number of moles. Then 90 divided by 12 and here what? 10 divided by 1. Okay. So see here, 90 divided by 12, how much it will get? 7.5 and here how much? 10 only. Okay. So here 10 divided by 1 is equal to 10. So see this ratio 7.5 and 10. We can calculate like this also. Okay. 7.5 as to 10. So how much ratio it will come? Yes, 3 as to 4, understood? So carbon and hydrogen what? C3H4 you will get. What you will get? C3H4, understood? You can calculate like that also. Okay, or one more method we can include here. Okay, so that method, so say simple ratio we have to find out here, means we have to divide by with a least number whatever after this calculating. So see here 7.5 divided by 7.5, here 1, and here 10 divided by 7.5, 10 divided by what? 7.5, so you will get here what? 1.33. Then from this ratio of atoms, how much it will get? 1 as to 1.33, then this is 1. By taking simplest ratio, so you will get what? C3H4. You will get what? C3H4 from this. Understood? So it is what your important here, like that. Understood? So you can calculate like that also, or directly we can find out with ratio. Okay. So it is what your question number 11. So now we will discuss question number 12. So what in that question number 12? The percentage of carbon in highest in. So we can cross check with small a also. Percentage of carbon we want. So in CH4, how we can calculate C? 12 divided by 16 because carbon atomic mass 16 into 100. Small b, how can we cross check? C3H4. So here carbon 12, 12 3 the 36. So 36 divided by here atomic total mass. Okay, 40 into 100. Small c. So see small c here. C6 is 6. C6 H6. Okay, so 72 carbon only because we have to calculate here carbon percentage. So 72 divided by how much? 78 into 100. Okay, and small d, whatever small d, what they gave? Yes, C3H8. So see this C3H8, how much you will get? Yes, 36 divided by how much? 44 into 100. So whichever your calculation, after calculating which one value is most highest, that is your carbon percentage. It is highest in that particular compound. Understood? So here your option is what? C. Okay, you can cross check with your calculation also. Okay. Now see question number 13. So see in question number 13. In question number 13, which of the following are the largest number of atoms? Largest number of atoms. They gave in bracket copper, your atomic mass also, that is 63.5 unified mass. Okay, so small a c, small a 0.5 gram. Small a gave, they gave 0.5 gram atoms of copper. So how we can calculate these gram atoms? Two number of atoms we have to calculate. So simply 0.5 into your 6.022 into 10 is to 23. Okay. So small b, how we can calculate? 0.635 gram of copper. Okay. So easy here. They gave gram, given mass divided by what? Atomic mass into Avogadro number 6.022 into 10 is to 23. Small c, ये 0.25 moles of copper atoms. So 0.25 into what? Into your Avogadro number, because directly they gave mole there. And in small d, what will happen? 1 gram of Cu. So here 1 gram, 1 divided by what? 63.5 mole into what? 6.022 into 10 is to 23. So you will get here answer after calculating. You will get answer what? Small a. In that your copper, largest number of copper atom, small a. Okay, so you can easily solve this. I know you will solve fastly and you will send your whatever images fast. Okay, so question number 14. Okay, so see here question number 14. The number of moles of sodium oxide in 620 gram of its 620 gram. Number of moles of sodium oxide. So sodium oxide, you must know their formula, Na2O. Sodium oxide is what? Na2O. The mass of substance they gave in gram. Then you have to calculate what? Number of moles. Simple. 620 gram Na2O. So 23 into 2. 46 plus this 16. Okay, how much you will get? Yes, 62. Understood? So like that here, very much easy. So 620 divided by 62, how much? 10 mole. Okay. So like that here, simple. And whatever last. Okay. So you will get here answer. So see here question number 15. So last question of this our worksheet. What is the weight of 3 gram? What is the weight of 3 gram atoms of sulfur? 3 gram atoms of sulfur. So see here, what is the weight of 3 gram atoms of sulfur? Simple. Sulfur how much? 32. So mass, weight or mass they want. So 3 into 32. 3 gram atoms they want. So 3 into 32. So you will get how much? 96 gram. Okay, 96 grams. So your option is what? Small a. So these are what? All your whatever worksheets. Okay. So whatever next part, your next worksheet we will discuss soon. Okay. So keep revising all your content. Okay. Thank you.